Hi, very warm welcome to Dusty Shelf Collectibles. Today, out and about exploring HMS Victory in Portsmouth Historic Dockyard. This is a first for me, looking down on the keel of the Victory. And up under the stern, you see all these new supports that have been put in. These are the ones that have been engineered recently. A lot of FEA, finite element analysis done to work out where to support the structure going forward. And these are all been engineered in such a way that they hold the frame in the correct position. Absolutely. It's just amazing to be standing underneath Nelson's flagship. It was actually at the Battle of Trafalgar, and it's still here for us today. And with all the I mean, it's a shame to see it with it, covered over. Its masts have been removed for a good few years now, but they really are going to town with the conservation. Again, you can see here the struts running across. They're going to support this for the next few years. I just, wonder why they didn't take the opportunity to actually put this indoors, put a cover completely over it, and preserve it for the next few hundred years. But I'm sure there's a good reason why not. So just over to the side of the Victory, you can see here all of the various bits of rigging, the cannons, the masts, they're all here. And then in the background, if you saw my other video, that I took a tour around the harbour on the harbour launch. And over here we can see the Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier, absolutely enormous. Does look stunning boat, really is. And then as a pan round, you can see Mary Rose and the Victory. Well, I didn't realise this was going on. This is a real treat. So the Victory at the moment is under some serious restoration, and they've got the whole thing covered in scaffolding, but they've got this sort of temporary exhibition open where you can see what they're actually doing in their conservation work. And you can see behind me the outer sort of layer of covering of the Victory has been removed, and showing the oak timbers underneath. Absolutely amazing to see. So I'll take a few bits of footage and include them in here. This is absolutely fascinating to see the ship in this state. Again, you can see in front of me the timbers, exterior cladding all removed, and the timbers in there. And there's certainly some restoration that's being done. So here we are on board the Victory. This is somewhat surreal on very low ceilings. I'm not particularly tall, but yeah, I'm struggling to get underneath them. But very surreal. You can see all the cannons here, and the capstan in the middle there. It's amazing, the feeling of history in here. quite surreal to be standing next to one of the cannons. They're quite a size, quite a size. Okay, now heading up the stairs, and again, I'm just going to pan back a little bit so you can get an idea of these beams here. I mean, this is probably about 5'6" from the ground. Very, very low. The main deck. As I said in the earlier video, it's under repair at the moment, so I've got the scaffolding roof over the boat itself. What? Right, heading into the cabins. This is Hardy's cabin. And the stern of the ship. This is Hardy's day room. Hardy, as I've just been told, was actually the captain of the Victory, previously captain of the Vanguard, and then moved back to the Victory to serve with Nelson.
Hammock style.
And the sleeping quarters for the captain. You can see there. Yeah, a little bit more upper class than the standard crew. And this is the spot here where Nelson fell, 21st of October 1805, exactly on this spot. I'll give you some idea where it is just from here. So we look back towards the rear of the ship. And as I say, it really is under repair at the moment. Very limited what can be seen. You see at the front here we've got let's go around this side. Back there we can see the ship's bell. Oh. Another view there of the ship's bell, and just panning round, you can see up above us, as I say, the masts have been removed some time ago. They will be coming back. The intention is to fully rig it again, as I understand. This is just a multi-year program of restoration. This is the sick bay. Come around here, see the hammocks here. And this was kept well away from all the other quarters for obvious reasons. Another couple of hammocks. But even in the sick bay you can see it's fully armed. Still got cannons in here. Okay, something I find is the engineer coming out in me. There is a sprinkler system installed. That's really good to see. Obviously with what happened to the Cutty Sark, God forbid it ever happened to the ship. Cat and nine tails hanging up, and yeah, these have been well secured to stop people playing with them. It's just lines and lines of shot all down the side. So this is the office of John Scott, which is Nelson's secretary. We see the mast running through the ship here. And then into what looks like the dining room. Yeah, Nelson's dining room. And this is Nelson's day cabin over here.
And they could do that quite quickly.
This is the toilet. In through, yeah, there you go, Nelson's toilet.
All this will either fold up or be stripped out and removed. And you've got guns back here.
Anyway,
There's 4 more
I
places
wonder
for
what
guns
Admiral
just to
Nelson would have made of this view.
And they would have to do them already very, very quickly.
Looking out from the back of the Victory.
And these windows
And
here,
there's the
they would be left up?
Windows go.
With the whole
Queen
thing?
Elizabeth.
Windows just go out. If they have time, they'll keep them, put them all down the hold, same with all the furniture. But if they're in a rush, it just goes out the window.
Oh really? Okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. There's only. They're in general.
And this,
only
although
big
this is
sets,
the
last about 20 years,
Nelson's
so
day
it's already
cabin.
doubled her lifespan to be in Chicago.
Right.
This area, when it went into battle, all of these all the glass windows would be removed and cannons would be brought into this area, so it'd be fully battle prepared, and all the furniture would be taken downstairs.
Copenhagen, those are the 2 major ones for Chicago.
And then coming through back into the dining room, which is the full width of the ship. And as we come out of the dining room, this is Nelson's very private area. So there's a picture of Lady Hamilton on the wall there, and his sleeping quarters. But again, even in Nelson's private area, 2 cannons are present. Head down the stairs. You can see here the sort of eating quarters for the gun crews. They would eat, sleep and work in the same area of the boat. There are just so many cannons on here. In the centre here is the cook's galley. And the furnace here. And they've got a mock-up of how they'd eat in here. It's getting very dark in here, so I don't know how much of this is showing up. We're right at the front of the ship here. Right, I've had to switch onto my phone for a minute because my battery has died in my camcorder. But just looking here, these are all data points, data markers for looking at the ship. So taking measurements of how the ship is moving and making sure that structurally it's sound. Markers all over it. Interesting. As I was saying, being here on the ship, yeah, very, very atmospheric.
Any questions?
It's down in the infirmary of the ship. This is obviously where the surgeon would be. We're actually below sea level now. You can see all down the sides here various areas to... Oh, I'm going to jump under the bend. Probably only about 4 foot down here. And, let's go down this side. Yeah, these are really low. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but they're probably only about 4 foot high. And yeah, a surgeon's tools and operating table there. And this is the point on the ship where this lantern is, where they brought Nelson after he'd been fatally wounded and laid him on a midshipman's mattress. He was brought below decks so the crew hadn't seen that he'd been injured. This is where those famous words, "Kiss me Hardy," were uttered. Up front here, the coils of rope. Okay. Oh, very low. You can really smell the tar on the rope. Very, very strong. Got various quarters. There's all tackles and blocks and everything. Really having to crawl under the ceiling. There's the carpenter's area. guys. Where they lead. Down in the bottom of the boat, you see the keel, the ballast, the barrels of beer and rum, and I did have fresh water on board. Being very careful with my head now. To the construction of the down here, you can see the timbers on the outside. They're the ones we've seen earlier on the exterior of the ship that have taken the other cladding off. Again, looking at the keel of the ship. Don't know how much of this is coming out on camera. It's very, very dark in here. So the ballast on the bottom of the ship here, the form of the gravel that you can see, they'd move this around to keep the ship stable. They can move it anywhere in this lower area to balance the ship. And the barrels, the smaller barrels were rum, and they were kept under lock and key, so I've just been told. Anyway, God only knows why we need a gift shop actually on board the Victory. That's a very sad state of modern times. Never mind.
That's alright.
And this in here is the powder magazine. Just off to the side of the gift shop. Maybe it's just me, but I think it's very poor to have a gift shop on site inside a national monument. But yeah, give me your opinions. And this is totally new for me. It's going underneath the ship. It's pretty amazing. Right, going down underneath the boat. Wow, this is a real first for me. Actually seeing the keel of the Victory. The actual dock it's in is pretty amazing. Number 2 dock, built in 1799. If you do go and search on the internet, you will find footage of the Victory actually being floated into this dock. There's also footage of it out at sea sailing. This is just a little bit of information, as I was saying, about how they're supporting the ship. They did a lot of FEA, as you can see at the top there, to work out how to get supports in here, and you know, getting rid of the old cradles that used to be here and putting in this new support structure, which more evenly supports the ship going forward. Wow, look at this, the keel of the Victory. There's the rudder. So obviously the keel is the first part of the ship that's laid. So this is 18th century keel here. Wow. It's a photograph here of damage that was done during the Second World War to the keel. So I'm just going to walk back along. So I had heard about this, that when they opened up this new walkway through underneath the ship, that there is during the Second World War an incendiary device was dropped, and it blew a big section of the keel out. I'm just going to walk back down. Ah yeah, look, there's this section here. This is the bit that the Luftwaffe managed to take out in 1941. A bomb in the dockyard, and this incendiary bomb bounced across the concourse and dropped underneath the Victory. So again, very lucky that it's here today. So as you look down the boat, it is actually bowed. So when it was originally put into the dry dock, it was supported on chains, and as such the keel got this curvature on it. And then 1950s they built this concrete support underneath, which maintained the curvature. So that will always be in the ship now. I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but it's quite evident at the keel, at the rear end of the ship. But the other thing is, all the way through the keel of the ship, supported on these blocks, it's all original, apart from, as I say, this section here, where it was damaged during the Second World War. I must say, I'm absolutely thoroughly thrilled to do something new here, now that they've opened this here underneath. Absolutely thrilled to go underneath the Victory. There's some real artefacts in here. This is the museum of HMS Victory. I'm just catching it towards the end of the day, so I am really rushing around. This is an iron 32-pound gun. It's one of the 12 surviving originals from HMS Victory. So this was actually at the Battle of Trafalgar. The ship's wheel there was the replacement, because the one at Trafalgar was destroyed. This is a section of the mast, and you can see the damage. I'll just come around here. You can see the shot hole through the centre. There's a Victory being built, I believe it was built Victory in the dockyard there. In terms of conservation, this is timber from the Victory, so if you note the marks down here, these are all the cuts that were given by the shipwrights that would indicate where this timber was to be used. Various fastenings removed during a restoration, 1969. Just moving down through here. Nelson's uniform from the Battle of Trafalgar is in the National Maritime Museum in London. Various construction tools. Victorian paintings. Again, I do apologise, I'm having to run round here because this museum is about to close. We're at the top here. I'll need to check, but I believe this is the launch that carried Nelson up the Thames. Yeah, thanks for joining me. It's been a fantastic day here at the dockyard. Absolutely amazing place. I can't recommend it enough. The history is absolutely amazing, especially with the Victory. I mean, although it's under conservation, so you can't get the shots from outside. Actually seeing, you know, under the skin is absolutely wonderful. Again, if you like this kind of thing, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if you do like this video, please like it. It does help me out. And yeah, I'll thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.